This is the 19,000 champion.
Oh my god. 19,000. Hi Aditya, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Sankal?
I am good. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. Finally, we are here. So, show me your place. Tell me more about liquor. Let's learn together.
Yes, please come.
Yeah.
So in our store, we ideally like to categorize every type of alcohol in a different way. So everything will be displayed genre-wise. So let's start off by looking at the liqueurs that we've got.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you see, we do have local liqueurs like Cabo Voodoo, but they are kept outside over here in the other space. But these are more of the common products like Kahlua, Amarula, Aperol, Campari, starting from 2,000 rupees, 2,900, 2,966, 3,400 and so on. So something very unique that I would like to show you here is something called Schwarzkopf. Now this is a German liqueur which is very similar to Jägermeister. So everybody knows what's a Jägermeister is, Jägerbomb. We all love drinking it neat or with let's say Red Bull. So this is another brand which is making very similar drink. It's sold and consumed the very same way, I would say. And this was just launched 3 days before New Year, so we had a great sale and we got a great response as well for this particular product. The good thing though is it's 700 rupees cheaper than your regular Jaeger. So Jaeger is 3,200, you get this for 2,550 rupees.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
Jaeger is 3,200 and this is 2,550. Now if you're looking at other coffee based products like other than Kahlua, so we've got Demandis, which is from France, and then Espresso Boheme, which is it's liqueur made with French vodka and Brazilian coffee. This is something which is very rare to find and not many people know about it, or not many stores would even have it. It's called Fernet Branca. It's kind of like a bitters. So this is a combination of quite some herbs and it is ideally consumed neat. It's 3,500 rupees. Your Cointreau orange triple sec liqueur, Drambuie is of course it's made with heather, honey and herbs, and a Scotch whiskey, 3,250. Edinburgh has recently launched their raspberry liqueur. Now Edinburgh is a big brand which has premium gins. We've got some gins which I will show you when we discuss about the gin section, but this is one liqueur that they have recently launched. In addition to that, we also have Monin syrups, because we always feel that people when they come here they should also be able to make some cocktails rather than just buying the standard thing and drinking it with soda or something. So we give you like cool insight on how to use a particular flavor with a vodka or maybe rum, but I mean when you come here we'll definitely guide you through. Now we've got Bailey's, Malibu and some Sambuca, triple sec. Now these are all for liqueurs. Let's look at some of the rums that we've got. Now we got rums starting from let's say Old Monk right up till your premium rums. Now Old Monk and all are generally kept down, so we want all your premium brands to be displayed and given quite the value too. So Ron Barcelo is a rum from Dominican Republic. It's only 900 rupees, and Amrut if everybody knows what Amrut is the whiskey brand which has made India very famous in the global market. They also have a rum which is priced at 675 now. So this is the last bottle of the old design, and the new bottle looks even cooler. This is how the new bottle looks.
Wow, it looks nice.
Yeah, it looks pretty fancy. It's just 50 rupees increase, so it's 675 rupees now.
Oh, wow.
It's actually a blend. Why it's called 2 Indus is because it's a blend of Indian rum and Caribbean rum, and it's made out of jaggery. Most of our traditional rums, the lower end rums, are made out of molasses. This is made out of jaggery, so it gives them quite the flavor, quite the unique flavor, I would say. Now, among the brandy, this is something I would like to show. So, in your premium brandy section, this comes from France itself, Marquis de Villard, 1,500 rupees. But you could really compare it to any good cognac as well. This is quite a hot seller in our store. To all the brandy lovers, check this out. Now, when it comes to wine, now we've got a variety of wines, starting from port wine, red still wine, white still wine, rosé, sparkling wine, fortified wine. So we've got it in 2 sections. So I will talk about the wines later. Let's move on to gin. Gin starts from Blue Ribbon, which is 240 rupees. But looking at premium gins, we have Tickle. We have Greater Than. Greater Than is the best seller. It's what everybody's picking up, also because of the price point, and more so because at such a good price point it gives you complete value for money. This is only 850 rupees, and recently they have launched their limited release, which is called Juniper Bomb. What they do is they use 3 times more juniper for the same amount of gin that they would produce otherwise in Greater Than, and it's only 1000 rupees, so 150 rupees more as compared to your regular Greater Than, but you get way more juniper flavor out of it. So it's very juicy. It's got that juniper bite, and I totally like it. Moving on, let's look at some of the imported liquors. Imported gins: Gordon's, Beefeater, Brokers, and then let's come down. Now these are some of the other Goan gins which are famous: Samsara, Stranger and Sons, Pumori, Hapusha, Jaisalmer. So Samsara is 1350, Stranger is 1540, 1750 is Pumori, and Hapusha is 2000. Now Hapusha is one of my favorites. Hapusha Greater Than are one of my favorites. I do love Pumori, I do love Strangers, but something very unique about Stranger is in the year 2020, this gin won an award in IWCS, that is International Wine and Spirits Competition. The only Asian gin to get a gold. The only Asian gin to get a gold is Stranger and Sons. So it's a fabulous product. Now moving on, we've got our imported gins again: Bombay Sapphire, Tanqueray, Langley's, and so this is Langley's number 8. This is Langley's Old Town. This is a very unique gin because it's got quite the sweet orange flavor to it. So it's citrusy and zesty, but at the same time it's not the bitter zestiness, it's the sweeter notes. And somebody who likes really, I would say, like that peppery as well as the sweet flavor, this is the thing to buy, definitely. Hendrix, and Hendrix also has their limited release which is called the Midsummer Solstice. Then there is Boodles, and definitely you can check this out, Roku gin. This is a Japanese gin. Yeah. So we have another Japanese gin which is there, which as we move on to the premium section, I'll show it to you over there.
Lovely.
Okay, now moving on, we've got tequilas. So first of all, like very simply said, tequila is something that you need as a geographical identification mark. It's a GI trademark, which means tequila can be called tequila only if it's made in Mexico. So if you make something in India using the same plant, which is the blue agave plant, you really cannot call it tequila. Also, it has to be 51% agave. So the remaining 49% can be a neutral spirit, but 51% has to be agave. India does make something like a tequila. It's called Desmanji, and we do have it, and they make a great product. So they have something which is Desmanji 51%, Desmanji 100%, Desmanji 51% gold. They also have the margarita and blue curacao and the other products, but we cannot call it tequila, though it is to be consumed or used exactly like how a tequila is used. Now that starts at 875 rupees and is up to 1100. When you're talking about tequila, we are talking about proper tequila which comes from Mexico, which is made in Mexico using the same blue agave plant. Agavita, Camino silver and gold, Jose Cuervo silver and gold, then Don Angel, El Charo, El Imador Blanco, El Imador Reposado. Now, I can definitely brief you with the prices, but something more important that I would like to tell you is the difference between a gold. Okay, we have something called as gold, okay, and something called as Reposado. So gold basically means it's just caramel coloring. So not much of a difference between your Camino silver and Camino gold. They look different because of the color, but it's the caramel coloring. It's got no barrel aging of any sort. Reposado is basically aged between 3 to 12 months. Okay, and again now let's compare this Reposado to, I'll just put this here for reference. Okay, yeah, so both are Reposados, but now here it says made with blue agave, and this is saying 100% blue agave. Now the difference is both are Reposado, both are aged between 3 to 12 months. However, this is 100% spirit which is extracted out of or distilled by using blue agave only, whereas this is 51% or more of agave and the rest is other neutral spirit. So if you want to have pure agave spirit which is going to resemble actual tequila, you have to have this. Having said that, it does not mean that this is not tequila or it's bad. It is also equally good, maybe even better, because Jose Cuervo is one of the first reposados to be aged, and they make a fabulous product. So we have some other premium reposados and blancos, which now these are like 2,950 to 3,000 price range. We have something which goes up to 6,000, 7,000 and 9,000, which I will definitely show you when we go to the premium section. Moving on, let's move on to the vodkas. Now we do have basic vodkas like Magic Moments, Romanov, Smirnoff. If you want, I can just give you a price list or roughly tell you. So Romanov is about 250 rupees. Magic Moments is now 275 for a plain, and flavor is gone to 340 rupees. You got 5-6 flavors: green apple, orange, cucumber and wild green, lemon, grapefruit and watermelon, chocolate, lemon, lemongrass and ginger, raspberry if I missed out on that. Yeah, so that's what we've got. And then we've got Smirnoff, green apple, orange and the regular triple distilled vodka. Then we've got Magic Moments Verve, which is their premium vodka. It goes through a filtration process of 5 stages, which is also priced along with Smirnoff. So Smirnoff and Magic Moments Verve are both 625 rupees. They will move on to 675, that's what I assume, because everything which was 625 has gone up by 50 rupees. So yeah, but we do have the 625 with us. Another product in similar price range is the Arctic. Arctic is again plain, green apple and orange. This is an Italian vodka which is distilled 4 times. Same price, 625, 615 for the plain. Resolute is a Dutch-based vodka which is bottled in Goa. Now it comes in 3 flavors. That's the plain, the regular one. There is a pink, which is a strawberry flavored vodka, and they have a black, which is, of course, it's made out of a herb, an African herb called catechu, which gives it a nice sweet flavor to it. So a lot of people think black vodka is something it's made with Coke or anything. That's all crap. The color comes definitely from a bit of coloring and from the product itself, which is a catechu herb. Moving on, now we are moving on to your premium vodkas. Before we move on to here, I'll just take a small moment and I'll show you something which is pretty new in the market. So this is India's first premium vodka.
It looks so nice.
So there are 2 variants. It's called Smoke Vodka. So this is a 5 times distilled. There's one classic and one smoke. This is the Aniseed vodka. Okay, now interesting thing about these is that these are made using basmati rice. Yeah. Wow. And priced at 2,000 and 2,200 rupees. So now we have the range of Absolute, which is a Swedish based vodka. We have plain. Grapefruit is the latest variant. This is actually the new price. So Absolute plain is 1,850. Old price. We still have quite a stock because we picked up quite a bit. The new price is 2,100 for the plain. Now we have 1,850. Grapefruit is the latest flavor that has been launched. It is 2,200. All the others are on the old price, which is 2,000 rupees. There is mandarin, there's pepper, citron, lime and raspberry. mandarin pepper, citron, lime, raspberry. Moving forward, we've got Belankaya. Now, Belankaya actually goes through a specific process called charcoal filtration. Now, they have their Belankaya Gold, which goes through a 13-meter charcoal filtration, and the Belankaya Extra, which goes through a 21-meter charcoal filtration. Then we have Stolichnaya. Stolichnaya is also a wonderful vodka from Latvia. Helsinki is a Ukrainian vodka which claims that and which says that it is 100% organic vodka. So one of the first that I have come across which says pure organic, so which means it's from farm till bottling, it's all organic, including process, raw materials and everything. This is priced at 2,900. Sky is from San Francisco, USA, 1,730. Belvedere is a Polish vodka from Poland. It's priced at 2,950 rupees. Grey Goose, now flavors somehow have been discontinued over here because of lack of sale. Of course, I suppose that's what it is. But we still have some bottles. We have a peach and we have a citron, which is 3,100, and the plain is now priced at 3,500. And the best Russian vodka that we all look forward to is the Beluga. This is 4,100. We've got Tito's vodka, we've got Kettle One, Finlandia, Copper Horse, Ciroc, Russian Rye, and Russian Standard vodka. So most likely now we say that Indian vodka, like for example Smirnoff, is actually made with potatoes, right? But more so in the European continent, we have vodkas which are made out of grain. So this is a wheat-based vodka. Absolute is a wheat-based vodka. So something unique about like the two of these that I would point out is the Russian rye is actually smooth taste of rye bread, which means it's made out of rye grain. Now it may not be 100% rye, but the major ingredient in the mash which is used to distill is going to be the rye grain. Similar, so now Ciroc is actually made with 100% fermented grape. So this is a grape spirit vodka. Everybody comes to Goa to drink Feni, more so because it's our traditional drink. What actually is funny is that cashew as a fruit is not actually native to Goa, but it is native to Portuguese. Portuguese had brought it over here from Brazil, and we figured out a way to make good alcohol out of it. That's how it is. However, what's important to understand is Feni is still made using a very traditional process where no cultured yeast is used. It all happens naturally. That's why we all find Feni to be very harsh, because it's not the process of distillation hasn't been improved like how you say for a whiskey. It still follows the traditional processes. So that's why it's harsh, but at the same time it's very unique, and the kind of flavors that it gives out cannot be compared to anything else. Now, we being Goans, we are pretty proud of the Feni that we have. We love Urrak during the season, and we also love our Feni. A lot of the guys over here are now experimenting using Feni in cocktails instead of using white rum or gin, and we are making fabulous cocktails as well. So if you come to Goa, check out some of the Goa cocktails with Feni, and I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy them. Let's look at the Fenis that we have got. Now, Feni, generally you can get a good Feni for 150, 200 rupees. We have all of this. But if you're looking at a proper 3 times distilled Feni, then you need to put a little more money and go for the premium stuff, because trust me, that's something you would really want to pick up when you come over here. So starting off, like I'll just show you some of them which are really good. Patra Feni is always been one of the best. It's only 350 rupees, so and quite the a reasonable price you'll get something fabulous. Super King is a distillery that makes really good Fenis. They have Fenis starting from 300 rupees up till 800, but here we've got Super King 8, which is 300 rupees. Then this is something I love to talk about, Fidalgo and Ria Heritage. So Fidalgo is made nearby to us, and it's one of those which have actually been out in international markets or international competitions for a white spirit and received bronze and silver medals all across. Why it is really good is because it's triple distilled, and I mean that's about it. It's really a good product. It's only 500 rupees. Interesting thing about Fidalgo is so when these guys had actually moved out, and they found that the guys who were tasting these whiskies found it to be a little harsh. So the master distiller thought, why not, instead of aging a whiskey, why don't we age a Feni? And that's how we came up with the concept of aging a Feni in oak barrels. So what you have here is a product of the same. You use a triple distilled Feni like Fidalgo, age it in barrels for about few months, like 12 months or so. and this is the end result. So what it does, what the barrel aging does, is mellows down the harsh components of a Feni and makes it much more smoother with a little bit of vanilla, bit of caramel and honey taste to this particular. So it kind of, if you want to start off experiencing Feni and you think the regular Feni is too harsh, this is what you need to pay. This is 750 rupees. Another wonderful brand of Feni that you could buy is Cazulo. It is made by Henselwas. Unfortunately, we don't have it in stock with us right now because the bottles haven't been available for almost few months now. But we have been informed that it will be here in a week or so. So looking forward to that. Moving on to whiskey. So we've got a huge range of whiskey. Starting, like, let's talk about Indian whiskeys. For the record, we won't really show you all of them, but I can just brief you on what we've got. Like, we've got everything starting from DSP Black, OC Blue, Signature, Blenders, McDowell's, Royal Challenge, Royal Stag Barrel, Blender's Pride Reserve, Peter Scott, Old Oak, local whiskies like Rock, Legion, Macintosh. We have all of it. These are starting from around 195 till about 600. So I'll just show you a few which are displayed over here. You've got Antiquity Blue, Blender's Reserve, 620, 675. Blender's Pride 600. Macintosh is what sells a lot. It is made by Amrut, and it's got a PT element to it, so it's very similar in taste profile to something like a Teacher's. This is 675. We've got Paul John Nirvana. Paul John's introductory brand in the range of single malt. It's only 1600. Interesting thing about this particular brand is that this was first launched for the French market and it's been doing excellent. And because they had such a wonderful experience and wonderful result in France, they ended up then putting it and launching it over here. Peter Scott Black is also a single malt from Peter Scott. Codes. Now everybody knows Peter Scott as the 500 rupees regular whiskey, but they also have a single malt which is 3100 rupees. So they say India is the largest market for whiskey in the world. So predominantly we drink the most number of whiskeys. So let's just go through all the blended Scotch and the imported products that we've got. I'll just go it in whatever order. So we've got Passport, Wax 69 and William Lawson in the entry level blended Scotch, about 970 to 1050 rupees. It is JNB, Justerini and Brooks. Kuch Nahi. Now, Kuch Nahi is obviously a Hindi word, but it has got nothing to do with Indian whiskey. It is a blended Scotch, which means it comes from Scotland. John Bar is also a wonderful product, 1190. Black and White, Dewar's White Label, Grant's Distinction, Grant's Triple Wood, Scottish Leader, Highland Queen. Now this is a Canadian whiskey, Canadian Club. We have only one Canadian whiskey here. 100 Pipers, this is their latest launch. It was just launched about 2 months back. 8 years old blended malt. 100 Pipers Deluxe, 100 Pipers 12 years. Jameson and Jameson Caskmates are Irish whiskies.
These are for how much?
Let's quickly
let's
go through it. Black and White is 1400. Black and White 12 is 2000. Dewar's White Label, Grant's Distinction are 1350 each. Grant's Triple Wood is 1850. Scottish Leader is 1450. Highland Queen is 1650. Canadian Club is 1950. Blenders 100 Pipers blended malt 8 years is 1800. 100 Pipers Deluxe is 1350. 100 Pipers 12 years is 2000. Jameson is 2500. Jameson Caskmates is 3200. Now most of these brands you generally get in smaller bottles also, each has 50 grams, which are 180 ml, 375 ml as well. Okay, now you come to a Japanese whiskey called Enso. Now this is still cheaper. This is 2950. It's gone up to 3200 now. It's cheaper in price because it's bottled in Goa. Otherwise it would be much more, because Japanese whiskeys generally tend to start at 4000 rupees or so. Woodburn's is a local whiskey which is made in Ponda and one of the best sellers at the moment, because in 1600 rupees only you get a whiskey that's got a bit of smoke element, got a bit of sweetness and a bit of spice to it, and something that you can have neat. The Shivas, we've got Shivas 12 years, Shivas 15 and Shivas 18. 3700, 5000, 7500. 12 years, 15 years, 18 years. We also have a Shivas 25 which we will show you in the premium section. Let's move on to the Dewar's imported family. Dewar's 12 years, Dewar's 15, It was 18. Okay, now everybody calls it Diwar because we
I
resemble it
know,
to Diwar,
right? It's
but it's
Diwar.
not Diwar. It's a surname of a person called John Doer. So it's Doers. on
Everybody's
his
John,
name.
John Paul.
Yeah, there's everybody's John, Johnny Walker. Everyone's John.
Yeah.
Paul John. What can we do? We love Johns. Valentine's. Now everybody knows of this Valentine's,
Yeah.
but people are not really aware about the Valentine's 12 years, the Valentine's 15 years, and the Valentine's 17 years. 15 years is right ahead. I'll show you about that also. Okay, 12 years and 17 years. So Johnny Walker, we've got red label. They are red rye finish, which is rather recent, about two years since they launched it. The regular black label, and these are the black label special editions called the Space Side edition and the Lowlands edition. Johnny Walker double black, green label, gold label, and platinum label. Now platinum label is discontinued, and they have come up with something called the Ultimate 18, which is exactly the same thing. Okay, moving forward, now we come into the category of single malts. You've got Glenmorangie Original and Glenmorangie La Santa. Original is a Highland based sweet whiskey, and La Santa is a sherry cask finish which is aged for 12 years. Sherry is a wine from Spain which imparts quite the sweet flavors to this particular whiskey. Now this is the Valentine's 15 years that I was talking about. So we've got a 12 years and 17 years, which is a blended scotch, and the Valentine 15 is a single malt. Ardmore 3400, Bowmore is 4200, Glengoyne is 6500, Glengrant is 4900, English is 6900, Cragganmore is 6000, and Smokehead, this is the old price, 5500. It has increased to 6500. These are all your single malt. Moving forward, we have Glenlivet 12, Glenfiddich 12, Glenfiddich 15, Glenfiddich 18, and the special edition of Glenfiddich called IPA Experiment and Project 20.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, I mean, of course, now we are trying to keep this short, but if you do want details of all of these, we can definitely do more videos, or you can always contact me, and I'll be happy to share
Absolutely.
how one differs from the other. Belvini is a double wood aged for 12 years. This is now it's gone to 7,000 rupees. So Paul John is a single malt from Goa which is exported to 38 countries. Their flagship expressions are brilliance, edited in bold. Now the select cask, there is a sweet select cask and a peated select cask which are at an ABV of 55.2%. Now only Goa is allowed to sell any alcohol which is above 50% alcohol, or ABV. Hence this is something you will only get in Goa. No other state would have this in India. Now they always occasionally release these special editions. Now here this is the Christmas edition 2019 and Christmas edition 2020, and these are already out of stock. This is the last few bottles and probably will run out in the next week or so. Also is a sherry cask which adds a nutty character, and PX is Pedro Jimenez cask which adds quite the sweetness, makes it taste like a Christmas cake. This makes it taste very nutty, like a lot of hazelnut and almond taste. Single malt we have from India is Amrut. So Amrut has their malt whiskey which is 2500, the peated malt whiskey which is 2900, and the fusion which is 3200. Wines are basically fermented grape juice. That's all it is. What grape you use, how do you age it, if you want to age it, all depends on what the winemaker wants to make. Now broadly classifying wines, we just have few major categories. We can put them as still wines, sparkling wines, and fortified wines to begin with. Now still wines are basically still. If you pour them in a glass, they will not move. They have no carbon dioxide, they have no fizz. They're called still wines. Still wines can be red, can be white, can be rosé. Let's look at some of the reds you've got. Now the regular reds start at a price of about 300 rupees and go up to about 2000. An Indian one and an imported one will go up to about 7,000-8,000 as well in the still wine category. So let's just look at some of the premium wines that we've got over here. Now there is Fratelli, Sate, and the grower Vijay Amritraj and La Reserve, the Fratelli, the grower Shen, and the Charisma wines. So similarly, we've got some imported wines as well over here. Some are Australian wines. Legrand is a French wine. Chianti is Italian. Two Oceans is South Africa. So we've got South African wines, we've got Chilean wines, we've got German wines, we've got French wines. We have great Indian wines as well. We've got some Australian and some from New Zealand. We would definitely require a whole new session to talk about the different
Exactly.
wines and how they're going to taste. But generally, the still wines are supposed to be drier style of wines. You want sweet wines, you have to go for a port wine or something like that. But generally, when customers say that they want a still wine which is kind of sweet, they look for a light-bodied wine which can be just sipped without any food. Generally, red wines have something called as tannins, which make it very difficult to be consumed without eating anything. So they are ideally paired with food. But there are certain wines with low tannins, which we could definitely. I could just recommend one of them. It's very simple to say, the Branco Estate, which can be just consumed straight up. A Pinot Noir from New Zealand, or you can go for something like a Moscato from Australia. Now these have a price range starting from 1,000 rupees and go up to about 7,000 rupees in the red wines. Something that I would like to show you, is like 3 of these. These are very important, I would say, in terms of what I want to show you. Now this is the authentic proper port wine, which is actually aged for 10 years. Now we don't have wines, we don't really see wines which are actually aged for so long, but this is a 4,000 rupee wine from Portugal which is aged for 10 years. Similarly, we have this Costa Sera Amarone Classico. Now this is an Italian wine, Classico, which is 7,250 rupees. Similar to the reds, we've got the whites. Now whites are a little lighter in body and easier to drink, I would say, as compared to the reds, without any food pairing. However, there is a food pairing that goes with these as well. Now again, similar to the reds, we have wines starting from 300 rupees, ranging up to 5,000-6,000. Imported wines starting from about a price range of 1,000 rupees. You can just have a look at some of them. Now this is New Zealand Branco, the New Zealand wine. Then we've got some which are Australian. South Africa. This is France, Italy, France, Spain, and some more over here. So a very unique wine which not many stores have, because I mean it's kind of tough to sell, definitely, because there's a particular market for this. There's something called as a Chablis from France. So Chablis is 100% Chardonnay grape, and it is grown in this particular place called the Jura Valley in France. Now why this is very famous is because it's grown in a place called the Jura Valley. The Jura Valley is famous because, I mean, definitely it goes back to the ancient times where there were dinosaurs. So a lot of fossil fuels are found in the soils of these particular lands. And when the vine of the plant goes deep inside, it extracts all the flavor of all these fossil fuels. And that's what you get in this wine. You have quite a minerality and quite some fossil fuel taste in this particular wine. That's why it's priced pretty high. This is 4,000 rupees.
Wow.
Then some again, you're moving on to your South African Italian wines.
These?
This is Toscana is an Italian wine, and Porta 6 is a Portuguese wine.
These are all priced between which range?
These are most, apart from the Chablis, they're all priced between 1,100 to 3,000 rupees.
Alright.
All the sparkling wines, we now move on to champagne. Now these are very expensive, exotic products, starting from a price point of 6,100 rupees and go up to 19,000 rupees. So we've got GH Mom, Veuve Clicquot, Laure Perrier, and then we've got Moët & Chandon, Imperial, Ice Imperial, and Rosé. We've got some more, that's Dom Perignon and Laure Perrier Rosé, which we will show you in the exotic section. So in this premium section, we like to keep all the special collections or the fancy bottles which are not available in every store, and some which we can club together in one particular category. So let's start with Jack Daniels. So now Jack Daniels has their regular number 7, the Tennessee whiskey.
Lovely.
Okay, so this is 3,200. Using the same Jack Daniels number 7. Now they have something called as the Fire. Now it's what it is basically is the Jack Daniels whiskey with a cinnamon liqueur. So it's a sweet flavored spicy liqueur that's generally had as shots. So you're supposed to chill the bottle and have it as shots or enjoy it neat. Similar to this, now we've got the Jack Daniels Honey, which is honey liqueur with Jack Daniels number 7 whiskey. This is also 3,200. Now Now from the Jack Daniel family, we've got the Gentleman Jack, which is called double mellowed because it is it goes through a charcoal filtration twice. So this is 4,300 rupees, and Jack Daniels also has a single barrel, not a select barrel, a single barrel, 100 proof, which is 50% ABV. This is a 7,500 rupee bottle. Now these are all our Jack Daniels. Now let's move on to some of the smoky whiskies from Scotland, which are the Islay whiskies. Start off with Lafroig. Lafroig 10 years, 6,000 rupees. And these are the old rates, and the price of Lafroig has gone up so much. So people are now picking this up like crazy because I've got good stock of this. 6,000 is the MRP now. It's gone up to 7,490. So 1,500 rupees increase. Next we've got Talisker 10, 6,850. We got Kolila 12 years. This is around 6,900 rupees. Ardbeg 10. This is around 8,500. And the boss of all Islay Scotch, Lagavulin 16, 10,350 rupees. Now let's move forward to some of the rums that have recently been introduced to Goan market and are really they've taken the market by storm, you can say, because the people who are enthusiasts of liquor, spirits, who want to explore all these things are totally into these. So we've got Diplomatico. This is 3,400 rupees. Now this is from Venezuela, and it uses a particular sugarcane variety called Diplomatica. This is aged for 8 years, and they also have a 12-year age whiskey, rum, sorry, which is 5,900, Diplomatica Reserva Exclusiva. This is Kraken. This is a black spiced rum for 4,700. And the Lovers Rum, which is the latest launch, this is 8,600 rupees. Some premium gins, Edinburgh, Seaside.
Nice.
This is 4,500. This is Edinburgh Classic, 4,200. And Rhubarb and Ginger from Edinburgh, this is 5,100. Now, Patron is one of the best tequilas that you will get. So Patron Silver is 7,000 rupees, 7,500 rupees. Now new price is 7,500. Patron also has a Reposado, which is 9,000 rupees. And they have a XO Cafe. So this is a tequila based liqueur, coffee liqueur, which is now 4,700 rupees. Moving forward now. This is also an American whiskey called Maker's Mark, 6,115 rupees. So the Martini now, Martini has a Prosecco Asti, there was a sparkling wine. They also have something called as a vermouth. This is a sweet vermouth, a red vermouth or red wine called the Rosso. This is 1,825. They also have a white which is called Bianco. And this had been discontinued, but they have recently relaunched it. So people are really looking forward to this extra dry, which is 1,825 again. A premium vodka by the name R London. It's a small bottle, only 350 ml, but it costs 2,000 rupees.
Wow.
We have the Absolute Elix. Now this is more so. This looks fancy. It's pretty old actually. It's costing you around 3,200 rupees, 3,500 rupees actually. The thing is, now this is discontinued, and so since we still have it, it's got quite the value, I would say. In the vodkas, we actually saw the Beluga. Now what they have come up with is a Beluga hunting. Now these are bitters. Now they've got the berry bitters and they have got the herbal bitters. Both are 4,600 rupees each. Absinthe. This is the new 49% absinthe, 4,350 rupees. And we've recently got the 1 liter Zenta. Now this is a big one because this is 70% alcohol, the strongest absinthe you would get here in the market. The liter bottle is now 6,900 rupees. The vintage 2006 Dom Perignon champagne, which is actually aged for 10 years, 19,100 rupees. Laura Perrier Rosé, the champagne, this is 12,500 rupees. And Ricosa Barolo, so this is an Italian red wine which uses a particular grape called Nebbiolo, and the vintage is 2014. So when you read the word to, like the number 2014, you seem like it's an old bottle, but this is bottled in just January 2020, which means it's aged for almost 6 years and then bottled. Apart from the other premium rums, we have a premium rum from Bacardi. It's called a Bacardi Reserva Ocho, 8 years age, 3,200. And the limited edition bottle of the Hennessy Cognac, VS Cognac, this is 4,850. So we've got the singleton collection, it's 12 years, 15 years and 18 years, 4,500, 6,500 and 10,000 rupees. Shiva's 25 years, this is 30,000, and the Remy Martin XO is 16,200 rupees. Now moving on, now these are your Japanese whiskies. Akashi 4,760, Toki 4,150, Yamazaki 13,620, Hibiki 13,620, and they have a something called as the Umeshu, which is 3,200. Now this is a whiskey based liqueur with plum wine. These are some of your premium gins. Star of Bombay 3,500, Tanqueray 10, a liter bottle of Tanqueray 10, which is 4,850. The Botanist, which is 4,500 rupees, and this is Okinawa gin, which is 9,000 rupees. Now this is something which is the deal breaker.
So cool.
The 4.5 liter Cabo, which is 4,000 rupees.
That's amazing.
So we have Johnny Walker XR, which is 14,550. The Blue Label 20,000. Now it's 21,000. The Glenlivet 12 years, 15 years, 18 years, from 5,200 to 11,000. Templeton Rye. Now this is an American rye-based whiskey which is aged for 4 years, 4,900. The Bushmills Black Bush on my right. This is 4,620, and they also have a 12 years single malt. Bushmills are Irish whiskies. This is 6,800 rupees. Jim Beam and Jim Beam Black 1,430 and 4,170. The Saint Remy, which is 2,490. We've got the Martel VS and the VS OP 3,250, 4,700, and the Remy Martin VS OP, which is 9,000 rupees. These are all your cognacs. Royal Salute 21 years is 15,000. We got Cardu. Now this is the last bottle of Cardu and discontinued after that, 7,500 rupees. And the Bruichladdich is Isla unpeated, meaning not non-smoky whiskey from Isla, which is 8,500.
Looks very fancy.
We've got Monkey Shoulder, which is 3,700. Johnny Walker Black Label Speyside Origin, which is 3,800. Copper Dog is 4,050, and Green Label is 5,050 rupees, 5050. We got Dalwini 6,500 and Aberlour, which is 8,000.
Was a long video, yes, but we had to cover all the liquor in the store, and this could have been longer, but we made it short. So if you guys want to watch a specific video about any of the liquor, gin, rum, vodka, whiskey, red wine, we can do that for you guys. So make sure you leave the suggestions in the comment section below.
First of all, thank you for watching this video. I'm pretty sure that you guys had a good time. My passion to like talk about and learn alcohol as spirit and actually get into the details, scientific matters as well. Drinking over here in Goa is not just a matter of getting drunk. We really enjoy and savor our drinks, and that's how we like to drink it. So I hope you guys really come here and have a fun time. So when you come to Goa, please drop by soon, guys.
Yeah, check out the store. It's in Margao. I'll leave the link and address in the description box and his contact number as well. But don't call them for delivery because that's not what they do. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Make sure you subscribe, like and share my video. And yeah, bye bye.